Hello guys, welcome to our class. This session we want to introduce you how to establish Echo server. We try to teach this lesson very basically, and at the base we want to show how to establish it with Python language, and in this picture you can see two options, client and server, and it's obvious that if we want to establishing Echo server, we should try a Python code for the server and configure it to listen to the client. Here we have nine steps to establish this connection. First of all, we should using a module for sending and receiving data. This module that we can use for this kind of connection is socket, and the second one, choosing a type of connection, TCP and UDP. Well, when we want to establish the TCP connection, we should call the socket module, and then configure the two options. First of all, for the address family in the network, and then socket stream, for example for TCP connection. Maybe somebody use Splunk software for gathering traffic of the network and analyzing for detecting on behavior or suspicious behavior, or anomaly base. In this software, you can see some rows in stream form, which are indicates that okay, there are TCP connection. Yeah. And the other one, and the third one step, we should introduce server IP and listening port. Here we want to use the default IP server like 127.0.0.1, and listening port, it depends on you. Which port do you want to listen on it? That was the request of the clients, and then we should define the number of clients that want to connect with us. The fifth step, we want to start client server process. This kind of code ready the TCP connection to accept the connection between client and server. It's obvious that we should introduce the IP and the port of the client that we want to connect with it. And the next step, we want to actually the 6 and 7 are allocated in a loop, because in actual loop, in real loop, we want to say that okay, hey client, you can send your request to us, or okay, you can wait, we want to reply to your previous request. At the end of this code, we should close the client process, which is established in the fifth step, and the next, or the final step, we should close the client and the TCP connection, which choose or establish in second one. Okay, let me to close this window, close it. Okay, oh my god, I should clear these ones and start it again. Here I open two terminals of Kali for introducing our client and server. But in this case, the client doesn't need a necessary long code, but for server we should use different lines to configure it for listen from the client. Okay, here at first we should because I wrote it before, I should number it to the second one as Python. For opening the server Python code, I before starting I should say that I assume that you know a little or the basic of the Python. When we want to open a Python code or a clear the sheet, we should call vim, and the name of the code that here is server -2 plus .py. That py is the is a prefix of the code which should be play or run by the interpreter Python. Okay, here, oh my god, server 2 is was wrote before, and then we should make another server -3. I hope that it doesn't exist. Okay, it's empty. You can see the server, the name of the file that you make it now, but if you want to insert your code, you should press insert key and alter to this kind of method. At the first line we should start our code by this oh my god, by this introduction. It doesn't necessary to say NV, but it makes your own. You can write it or not. Both of them is correct. This line help you or help the interpreter to make your Python code and alter it to the exe file for executing. And then, as mentioned before, at the first step we should call the socket module for what? For making our connection, for making a good bed between client and server. Import socket, and then before going to another step, you can say you can call the other ones like sys when you want to at the end of the for example, this module has a lot of function, but if you want to at the end of the code say that okay, you can exit, you can finish it, maybe we can use this code. For this reason we call sys. Okay, what's another step? We should introduce our connection. Here we want to establish TCP connection. Okay, it's our choice. You can use another name, depends on you. I prefer to use this name that is very clear, and it cannot puzzle us. TCP connection. sockets and then sockets dot address family what in the net and socket plus dot. Don't forget to use a large character. Sockets underline stream. Really sorry for typing like this because one of my hand holds the microphone. Suck stream. Okay. What's another step? Yeah, you're right. We should introduce our listener on the server. I guess that you know how DNS server DNS connection does in the network. When we want to ask someone's or we want to call another systems that are that's alive in remote or in far distance, how can we use or how can we do it? Yes, DNS processor, DNS protocol can help you to send on the first trigger to the client and say, hey, can I help me and can I speak with you? What's your IP? Okay, so I know that all of you that familiar with this code in DNS server, that you should configure it very carefully because it's so vulnerable to different or the careless configuration. Okay, now here we have TCP connection that we want to what? To bind what? Yes, here we should use tuple. At first argument, we should call the number of the address of your server. Here we want to use the default of the address of server. If you want to start or running Django server, the other kind of server, SQL server, or I forgot. Django is my love. That's what's reason I forgot the others. You should recall the number or the IP of that server that you want to connect with it. Here we want to use the default, and now I wrote 127.0.0.1, and the port that we want to listen on it. We have 1024, which is not vacant. Okay, I guess that we should use the other, like 1000. Maybe it's good. The next step, we should listen. We should listen on it. Listen to how many clients? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. It depends on your connection. So when establish the listener on one port, we can send our polite command to the client. Please send your data, or please wait because we want to continue our configuration. Okay, print, please wait. The process of the client and server should be established, should be triggered by what? By this line: client with IP and port which it has, and TCP RTCP connection should accept this process. Okay, this process is triggered, but now we don't have any data from the client. Should print, please give us your data. Is it good? Now we should receive it. Okay, if client forgets to do it, how can I do? Okay, we should introduce the default of data like this. And using the true loop. When we use 1, it means what? Is it 1 is 1? Yes, 1 is 1. Okay, because of the 1 is 1, this loop will be continue permanently, or until you encounter some problems like disconnection, consuming power, or turning off your camera, or the other options that you want to need to do it. Not just camera is just for me. And while data, what's the data? Client sent his client data, and we should receive it on a specific buffer, a specific area. For this blanket, we should write a number for data. 10 bytes. I don't know. Is it enough, or this one? It's not necessary, but I prefer to choose large number data which are received from client, which be saved on data parameter. And now we want to send a reply. Okay, client send what? If we want to bother client, we should say data. Return the data that are received from client, to make it puzzle, to make him angry. But now we are not hacker, and we are very polite, so say hello, thanks for your sending. Okay, good. Now when we encounter some problems like consuming a lot of process, this code would be done, and now we should close the client process, and the TCP connection which was established at the first connection that close. Now we want to save it. Okay, press escape, then press shift plus double Z. Okay, it's run. But it's not executable. Okay, we should alter the form of this code to the execution. Chmod a plus x retrieve. And now we should run it. Okay, please wait to what? To the client want to connect with us. What's the IP of the server and the port? I guess it was 1000 maybe. Oh yes, please give us your data. We should write our data here as a client. Okay, we are client here. Let's me hello. Server sent his reply. Hello, thanks for your sending. And what time? Hello, thanks for your sending. Because here we just say that prints and this defined words to the client, and you can say another commands that you want. Just we want to show how to connect between server and client as a echo server connection, and you can use another IP for your server or the other commands that you want send it to the client, or sending resending the data which is received for bothering clients. I hope that you like this session, and we will continue our teaching to the other fields of security. I hope to see you again. Thank you very much for your listening, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.